beautiful people. Welcome back to another episode of the Getting On podcast. It's a podcast where we talk about mental health, the child tribulations of trauma, but also the art of healing. I'm Ivory, I'm your host, and first off, Happy New Year! All right, guys. Hello. Welcome. It is 2026, guys. We are in a new year. First and foremost, I wanted to say thank you guys to everyone that's been subscribing and listening to Getting Older podcast. I got to tell you guys, 2025 was the breakout year and the start of something that I never thought that I would do. So before we get started, I want to show you guys a quick recap of Getting Older in 2025. Take a look.
I was one of
Not only was he a DJ,
I was amazing.
He was pretty freaking awesome.
I was pretty good. You know, people really, it wasn't just that I was cute or whatever. People dig the music. And I took what I did very seriously, right? I would go to the record store. My father taught me a lot about the old stuff.
Shout out Amoeba Music.
Right? Shout out Amoeba Music on Sunset. And some other record stores as well.
What is something about your younger self you now know better with age?
That's a great question. That in no phase of my life was I unlovable.
You have to listen to the good, not those other thoughts. You got to listen to the good that's inside of you. Because the bad will always sneak up on you and really try to just snatch your whole life away. You have to listen to the good. And you have to just surround yourself around people, around like-minded people. You do. Like, people think that's a game. No, stop dealing with these people that, what are we gonna do to this person? No.
Lo and behold, one day I was on Google. I came home from work and I was on Google, and you know you have your Google reel. Mm-hmm. And something popped up on my Google reel that showed me something about a twin flame, and I clicked into it. I'm like, what's a twin flame? Mm-hmm. And that was my first introduction into what a twin flame is. And when I learned what it was, I'm like, wait a minute. Something resonated with me so strongly. I'm like, wait, I think this is what me and Keisha are.
Mm-hmm. The point I'm making is own the imperfections that you have. Own the negative just as much as you own the positive, because it all creates your beautiful story. So to your point, yes, I'm keeping that episode 1 up. I'm keeping episode 2, 3, 4, and 5. I'm keeping everything because I want you to see that progression of who I am, not just as a podcaster, as a human being, as a father, as a husband, as a brother, as a person.
You're a DJ at a club?
Right,
Yeah.
I'm hearing the people, you say, who did you meet when he was doing that at the time?
Oh my goodness. Well, I was there. Oh,
I
there were so
remember
many
the
people
names
that
you
came
told
to the
me,
club.
yeah.
Hollywood.
Drew Barrymore, Wu-Tang Clan,
Keisha Cole.
Bob the Marleys.
These are literally just things that happen. Like I'm comfortable talking about grief or, you know, my mental health or eating disorders or, you know, survivorship now because I've done the work around those things to be able to try to be a living example of like things do improve when we show up for us and we continue to want to be alive and be beautiful.
From that person. So you'll go through an experience that you know you're not supposed to be going through. And God will let you do it. The universe is going to let you do it. They're going to let you fuck it up because they're going to keep doing it over and over and over again until you get it right.
Yep.
That's why we have synchronicities in life. That's why we attract partners that look like the same person and a different person in the same suit.
Yeah. We're stuck on the BS version of what life really is because social media glamorizes everything to the point that nothing feels real. The point I'm making is own the imperfections that you have. Own the negative just as much as you own the positive because it all creates your beautiful story.
All right, guys, that was our 2025 recap of Getting Older podcast. First and foremost, I want to shout out Flexwork Studios for everything they have done thus far for this podcast. Let me tell you something. I started coming to them in January of 2025. I remember shooting my first episode here and remember realizing, this is my third time in the studio shooting my podcast and not understanding, you know, the podcast lingo and how everything goes. And now we're over 13 episodes in, and I have to say thank you guys so much. This has been an amazing ride. You guys are making all my dreams come true, and I appreciate it so much. Now, speaking of January 2025, when I came here, I shot my first episode here, and it was called Break the Cycle. I had two of my best friends, Brandon and Steven, come in, and we were talking about our New Year's resolutions and what we expected for 2025. So, I mean, this is a 2025 recap, and it wouldn't make sense not to have them here, you know what I'm saying? So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm so excited to introduce you guys Brandon Baker and Steven. Hey.
What's good, my guy?
I don't know if you remember that throwback.
Right. I love that. Let me tell you something. Every time I see you now, I'm like, Steven.
You used to say that?
Well,
Yeah, you watched the episode again.
Huh? I did it.
you see, you only have one job though, honestly. Like I said to watch the episode, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, man.
But first of all, how y'all feeling, honestly?
Good.
I'm good, man.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
All right. So listen, before we get started, I feel like this past year, I would say, we had our trials and tribulations, you know what I mean? But I have to say, one of my best parts of this year was connecting with you guys as usual. But I felt like this year was a little bit different for us. You know what I mean?
For sure.
I just felt like, I don't know, as we're getting older, because I know both of you just turned 29 this year. I turned 29 this
Unks.
month.
That's what I'm about to say.
Big
Unk
unks,
status
bro.
now.
Big
you,
unks.
You know what I'm saying?
Touching wash status.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't know. I just feel like we just had so many like monumental moments with it. You know, I just feel like for like the good things I'll say is that, you know, celebrating you, you know, getting ready for you to get married this year.
Yeah, man. Broke.
How do you feel about,
energy.
how do you feel about that?
Almost through it, brother.
Yeah, man. We almost there. I feel great, man. Like, celebrating love is important, right? I feel like, especially in our generation and the generations to come, it's not a lot of, like, I would say, weddings. And I think, like, us having one, I hope to, like, you know, I want to be in y'all weddings in the future, like, to inspire love. And I want y'all to have fun in this wedding, right? So, although money, it's definitely something we use to survival, but it's an object in this matter, right? Like,
Yeah.
like, have fun, enjoy the moment, and yeah, man, go to Italy right after. I cannot wait. So I feel good, man. Like, the money aspect sucks, of course, but when you think about, like, what you're doing it for, like, that's all that matters, right?
Yeah.
And hopefully I inspire, like, my nieces and nephews and, like, whatever young people there to, like, also feel like, okay, like, this is attainable. This is, like, love, right? But yeah. That's my answer. That's long-winded.
No, it's a podcast. It's supposed to be
Yeah.
long-winded. Why do everyone keep saying it on the podcast? It's supposed to be long-winded.
Talk your shit.
How about you, my guy? Like, how was your year?
2025, it definitely had its ups and downs, but like I said, like, I don't know, man. I'm always on the up and up. I'm always thinking about the good in life. So took a couple trips throughout the year, experienced, you know, different parts of the U.S. for work and for personal stuff. So I don't know. Plus, I had a really good, like, New Year's resolution. My cologne collection,
Yeah, man.
immaculate, bro.
Can you explain to the viewers your
Immaculate
cologne?
right
Because
now.
I saw your thing and like, what an investment, I'll say.
Oh, all right. If you're gonna talk numbers, if you want to bring up the numbers, so my New Year's resolution this year was to get at least one cologne each month. Couple months I ended up getting 2. November I got 4. It's my birthday month, justifiable, I guess, for me.
Yeah.
So I don't know, like, just different things that I wanted to smell, different things that I wanted to just have in my collection for different moments. Like, I have an office scent, I have a date night scent, I have just, you know, going to the beach if I want to, going to the gym if I want to smell good there, you know?
Mm-hmm.
It's just a different thing. Like, I'm always, if I go to sleep, I put on cologne to the point, you know? So, I just love it, man. So, all in all, I did the math on it. My collection came up to like $3,000, but I know the no. I know where to get them for the low. It ran me like $1,500.
Okay.
Fire.
All in all, I think I got like 18 cents this year. I made one personal one from scratch. You know, so I think I got a well-rounded cologne collection.
Nice.
Baccarat in there?
I smell Baccarat. It's not for me.
Okay.
I smelled it a couple times. I was like, yo, like, everyone keep on talking about this. It's
No,
like
I'm saying,
the
I feel like
premier
it's mad
one.
overhyped.
It's super overhyped.
Okay.
Yeah. To me, you know, maybe
Yeah.
you smelled it.
No, never.
If you smell it, you make it a different thing. But like, I don't know. I was looking for things that kind of like fit me, and I feel like a woody scent are things that like are for me.
Yeah.
So I try to, like, you know, stay in that realm.
I fuck with that.
It was nice. It was cool, dude.
Nice. We like trying new things. You know what I'm saying? So listen, as this is our 2025 recap, I want to ask you guys some questions, okay?
Sure.
As we break it back from Break the Cycle. Well, first of all, can I just say this? When we shot that, I remember it was like January 4th, 2025. This is like deja vu for me because I felt like when we first started upstairs in the studio, literally I'm like coming down from a bender of like Florida, missing my flight, day drinking, and I'm watching the episode that we did, and I'm just like, wow. I don't know if you ever like look at yourself and see yourself and stuff like that, but I remember just looking at it like, wow.
Don't even recognize that person.
No, at all.
Yeah, at all.
And now I feel like as we're doing this now, I feel like as in the studio, the lights, I feel our high vibrations right now.
Yeah.
That's how I feel, like very like spiritual, very just like, I like this. I feel good right now. That's why I was just like, oh.
One thing I noticed, my beard was big, was smaller back then. In
Yeah,
January.
but your beard grow like crazy, bro. Like,
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm happy where it's at right now, but it
Yeah.
could get so much bigger.
This is a good length. Like right here.
Nah, it could get bigger.
It can. But I'm
It
saying
should
like
get
this
bigger.
right
It needs to
here,
get
like
bigger.
this shit, man. You talking to somebody that been trying to grow a beard for like ages and gave up like 2 weeks ago.
You got a nice cut. You got a nice cut for it though.
Huh?
Right.
Bro, I'm not gonna I've been doing the roller. Shit don't work, man. Placebo.
You gotta do like a hair transplant.
I gotta do something. I gotta go to Turkey, man.
Sorry. So I'm gonna ask you guys. So, who do you guys feel like you're becoming? Who do you guys feel like you guys became in 2025? Not as in success, but like as people. Who do you guys feel like you became in 2025?
I don't know, man. One time, I remember we talked about this, not this year, but a while back. I think it was after I joined my fraternity. You said that I've been the same person since like high school. You know, like since a person like you first met, I've just been the same person, just kind of like refining myself. So I don't know. I feel like I'm still more of me, you know, like just different qualities that I want to have, different qualities I want to adjust to in the future.
Who's me?
I'm a chill dude.
Yeah.
You feel me? You know,
Nah, elaborate.
I'm a
No,
chill
for
dude.
real.
Like,
Elaborate. Like when you say
I
like
be
I'm
going
being a
with the
chill
flow.
dude, going with the flow. So like, okay.
Like, I don't know. I definitely, I stand 10 toes down on what I need to. Like, I have my morals. I have my values. And absolutely, I stand on those. Like, I stand firm on them. But for the most part, if it's not bothering me, I go with the flow.
Okay.
People call me a tree. Just like be blowing in the wind and shit.
A trip. Okay.
But I would say 2025, I definitely learned, you know, just kind of stand by those that stand by me.
Yeah.
You know, so I wasn't say like try not to reach out to people too much, but like I've learned that like, you know, people aren't around for a reason. You know, maybe like it's not something tangible, like something physically happened or whatnot, but like maybe something in the spirit just kind of pushes them away. Right? So just listening to that, right? The people that are good for my soul are gonna feed my soul. And I'm not gonna, you know, sacrifice that in my peace just to, you know, catch a vibe or something. So I don't know. Just kind of being more within myself. That's how I feel right now.
Okay. What about you, Steven?
I feel like I became a more patient version of me. As you guys know, like I've been very like on go. I got a new job, which was very great for me.
You talked about that in the last podcast. How you was I'm working 24/7.
Yeah, man. I used to work for a auditing firm. I'm in IT, and that shit was just like nonstop, bleeding hours, 18-hour shifts. As you guys know, like I could be very like out the scene, right? Just because like of what I do. But I finally just like I feel like I finally have taken advantage of my life in terms of time, and because I've taken advantage of my life in terms of time, now I can start working on those versions of me. One thing I love that you said, and I know you targeted him on saying like, "Hey, I've been consistently me." That's a great quality, right? Because like you being consistently you helps you kind of like I guess like deep dive into like. All right, what else, right?
Yeah.
For me, sometimes I didn't even know who I was, bro. Like, cause sometimes, and it sounds crazy, but like when you do like devote your life to work, or devote your life to specific things, you start to lose yourself a little bit. Like, what are my hobbies? What do I love? What makes me happy? Work kind of took that away from me for a little bit. Like, and it's not a problem, right? Cause like I advanced in my career, but now focusing back on myself, what I like to do. Like, I think I've been able to become more of a patient man. More like reaching out more to like my village. I feel like that I struggled with a lot, right? Like even with you guys throughout the year, right? I feel like I did a better job communicating. I feel like I still have a ways to go, right? as all men, we all struggle with that. But like, I feel like just in general, this 2025, I've made leaps towards that version of me, right? Where I am more open, I'm less guarded, right? And more patient, man. So I think this 2025 version of me did succeed in at least like acquiring one attribute, which is patience.
Patience is key, man.
Yeah.
I think patience is like one of my favorite virtues. You know, like I think I've always been a patient person, but just with time, like I've learned to give grace with that patience too. You know, like not just being patient for the sake of just waiting it out, but also trying to like be empathetic and understanding about what that person's going through.
Yep.
It's a necessary skill in this world, you know?
Yeah.
No, and I love that you say that because like sometimes I feel like when I was thinking about patience, because that was like, I think that was one of the things I wanted to target the last time we was on this podcast. And like, it's the opportunities to like that present themselves to be patient that I never really like sunk into. Like, I'm always in a hurry. I'm always doing this. I'm always doing that. I'm always like complaining, right? But like actually like sitting in myself and thinking like, yo, like it's okay. Like even like the small things, right? Like that's where I like got to practice that. So that's why I emphasize patience, because I agree with you. Like it's the most important quality. It can literally, I would say, be the changing factor in how you view a person, right? So
Can you give me an example of a thing that really taught you the most patience this year?
a patient moment. I would say when you face anger, right? In the face of anger, be patient, right?
Right.
Kind of see the other side of the coin. I think that's the best times to practice patience, right? Because like whatever those short fuses are, like in the short term, just that doesn't matter, right? Unless it's like really like outrageously like insane, whatever is causing you that anger. But I feel like in those like days and I guess those times where you are feeling angry, like that's the best time to practice patience. I can give you a multitude of times, right? Especially in any year where I've felt that. But this year specifically, I sat back and thought to myself, right? Because yeah, life is always gonna be crazy, right? But yeah, like I can't give you a specific example, but I can tell you like I think that's where I practice patience the most, right? Because like I can be like I'm Dominican, man. Like my emotions, I wear them on my sleeve, right? But this time it's just more in a case of like trying to break those bad habits, right? And I think that's where I've tried to focus a lot of my attention on.
And that's how I feel myself is this year becoming more at peace with myself. Because I feel like for so long, just being like just so angry or not patient or not giving myself grace. I think this year I finally got to like look at myself differently this time with different lenses, you know? I kept saying so long, like, oh, I want to just try new habits or something that's going to stop. So I remember literally that year, after we did that our podcast, I remember I said, the day after my birthday, I'm going to do a year challenge of no drinking, right? And the first 26 days was great. Then we went to Colombia, which we'll talk about in a second. And then after that, since March 3rd, I've been alcohol-free for 310 days. So that's been something where I became more at peace with myself, where I got to sit with myself. And, you know, that's the thing about, like, running away, I'll say, if that makes sense to you guys. Because I feel like a lot of times we have vices where if we're going through something and, you know, we need something to kind of, like, forget about it. And I think I'm going to say since I was probably like 18, I was using different things, whether it was smoking, then drinking or whatever.
Moving. Moving. If you're going to talk about it.
We be real. Moving and stuff like that. That was just like a lot of different things I was doing with my life that I wasn't like, I just had to sit still. And I think this year I finally got to sit still and, you know, sit through the noise and really sit through just the insecurities and all these other things that I never really faced. And I think to myself that, like, I'm glad that I got to meet that person more. And also being less reactive this year. Yeah. I have to say, I had less than 5 crash outs this year. I'm not even gonna hold you. Like that's like solid. That. No. For me, that's
for solid. Ivory. I'm looking at the camera for Ivory. That is damn near impossible any other year. But less than 5 is impressive.
Yeah, it's like not being so in control. That was my issue. Is like,
Yeah.
like time and stuff like that. Like now I'm just like, as long as you get to your destination safe, that's all that matters to me now. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm learning to do that. I only had to cut somebody out one time for time, but that was because they were 2 hours late. But besides that, I'm just saying like I've been a lot better at that, man. You know, like now I feel like my shoulders are down. Like before I kept saying I feel like they're so up all the time. Now I'm chill and I respect that and I like that about myself now.
Yeah, and I could definitely say from my standpoint, I acknowledge that, and I also see that back, like from a brother's perspective, like viewing it itself, like I've seen kind of the change in your attitude and the way you carry certain things, like even with me, right? Like your patience with me as well, like whether I have my busy schedule, whether I was like 15 minutes late, even today, right? Or the last podcast, I was like damn near 30 minutes late.
No, more than 30.
But like
We're gonna talk
just
about
in
it.
general, like you have done like an amazing like self-work, like even with like patience, right? Like something that I'm working on, like you definitely have done that. And sometimes, bro, the best teacher is like I guess like observation, right? And I would say that like you are extremely patient,
What?
right? You are a patient teacher, right?
you,
So like observation throughout like not only my village, but you know, like just other people as well. So yeah, man, I'm really proud of you on that, man. That's a good thing. That's a good thing.
That was like one of my biggest things that I kept saying to myself. It's like I want to make sure that I am not so reactive, but also again, I just got to really meet more of a softer side of myself and like, of course, give myself grace in that way. You know what I mean? So,
But I mean, you know, I think that also just goes back to what I was saying earlier. Like, just me being more of myself, I have that time to just kind of like sit and like think about myself. You know, like I'd say I'm a very self-centered person, and that's not a narcissistic thing to say. Like, I'm not gonna say that I'm above anyone else. I'm just saying that like I put myself first. You know, like I think about myself. I take self-inventory and say like, I'm feeling this, I'm feeling that, I'm thinking this, I'm thinking that. Like, where do I want to go from here? Like, do I want to keep on thinking these thoughts or I want to keep on feeling these thoughts? How do I get past or how do I maintain this? I feel like, you know, that's a crucial process to do every now and then. You know, like maybe have it on a routine every quarter at the start of like the 4 quarters, you know, just saying, how did I do last year or last quarter? Like, what I want to do next quarter? How am I feeling so far in the year? Like, where do I want to go for the rest of the year? I don't know. It's cool. I don't personally keep it on a routine like that. I just kind of, I don't know. Whenever I feel the emotion, I just kind of like sit in it for the moment. Like say like, all right, what caused this? What do I want to do about it? And I just act on it, you know?
So my question for you guys is, what have you guys finally stopped trying to force this year? Because you was just saying what you said before. So what have you stopped trying to force this year?
What have I stopped trying to force this year? Oh man, I gotta go one. It kind of plays into what you were saying. I felt like I've wasted so much time in relationships that didn't matter because I felt like
Talk about it.
I felt like as someone like, and I'm not even gonna probably like, even like the aspect of family, right? Family's important, but it's like, I feel like when I hear the word family and I hear when people describe family, it never has to actually like directly correlate with blood, right? But I felt like for a long time, I've been trying my hardest to like really deeply connect with my blood, right? And I learned to let that go. I'm not gonna lie to you, like even, and I know this, people will probably see this and I'm okay with it, right? Because people are gonna probably not be invited to my wedding and I'm okay with that. But the reason I'm saying all these things is because I've like sacrificed so much for a lot of people and from my perspective, right? Or just in general, like no one has really sought out to understand and know Steven. They just know Steven because I'm Jose and Senovia's son. They don't know me because like they wanted to get to know me. Certain cousins do. Like I like shout out to a lot of like my older cousins or like my female cousins. Like they I connected with the most young and also like a bit as an adult. But you know, I feel like certain family members I had to let go because I felt like a lot of me wanted to make that relationship or these relationships work, but it was at sacrificing myself, right? Like I was also like felt like it wasn't reciprocated. And in those times, in those days, and just in general in this year, I've learned to let that go, right? So kind of pivot. Like you started off by saying that this year, last year, sorry, that's something that you were like also like focusing on like what actually feeds you, and I felt like it wasn't feeding me, right? Like it was a relationship I was paying towards and not getting like any residual income back, right? Or any residual anything, energy, anything. So yeah, long-winded answer again, but
Again, a podcast.
yeah.
You be?
I still keep it on like a personal level. I'd say something I'm gonna stop forcing, or that I've been trying to stop forcing. I don't know, my bubble. You feel me? Like I'm trying to like kind of break out that a little bit. And I think the thing that I was letting happen last year was just kind of, you know, it'll happen when it happens. The moment will come. But like, you know, I think at this point I'm kind of like flipping the question. Like I'm gonna start forcing it. You feel me? I'm gonna start like forcing my bubble to expand a little bit. You know?
Okay.
I don't think there was like enough agency last year to really get me through that. So definitely gotta take it to the heart a little bit.
Yeah. And I'll say for me, like, same thing you, just like stop forcing connections. Because I think that when I'm a giver. I love to do a lot of things. I like to, and this is actually about, I'm gonna say this about you, that you made me realize again. And I always talk to my therapist about this one time you said to me when we went to this brunch place in the city. I don't know if you remember this.
Talk to me.
So we went to brunch because your friend was leaving. And I remember you and I was sitting outside. And I remember I was just talking about some things and stuff like that. And I always remember Steven said to me, which was like, this is how I realized sometimes you have to remember people be looking at you and watching you and stuff like that. So I remember you was like, one of the things you said, like, you know, I want you to make sure you're yourself and stuff like that. Like, if you like to listen to Olivia Rodrigo, listen to Olivia Rodrigo, and that's it, you know? And then the second thing was like, you know, I put my friends first a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And that was something that, it's a pro and con to that. I'm gonna just be honest with you about that. But again, when I say like what I've learned is stop forcing connections, is I'm not gonna force someone that doesn't mean much to me. But at the end of the day, I feel like when it comes to people that I truly love, like I love you guys and stuff like that, there's certain things I've had to pull back from. Obviously, like this was the year of me, so I had to really focus more on me and really get my shit together. That was number one. But also, it's just like at the same time, like when you guys are hurting and sad and stuff like that, I know I can't fix it. I know I can't say these things to make you feel better. But I also just like, I know as a friend, I feel like I'm going to be there the best way I can be.
Mm-hmm.
And that's it. You know what I mean? But again, I'm not forced. What I've learned more is to just not force too many connections and stuff like that.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree with that. Like in terms of like, you can give your best version of yourself to your village, but like sometimes in certain moments, like some people aren't ready to accept that because of like just what they're going through, right? And that's okay. And that's where patience kicks into me, right? I feel like in every stage of anything you're going through, right? Sometimes certain moments aren't the right moments, and I had to learn that. Right? Like I had to learn that from even dealing with my own problems. So yeah, no, I see what you're saying, and I agree. I think even through our like friendship and brotherhood, like sometimes even when you're checking on me, I definitely wouldn't be in the right headspace, right? For anybody checking on me. And it's not your fault. You're doing a great job checking on like your brother, like somebody that you really value relationship with. But I'm not used to that. I'm not used to people checking in on me. No one checks in on me. Steven is the pillar, right? And the pillar takes all the shards, takes all the knives, right? And because of that, in my just in terms of like my world, I'm not used to somebody saying, yo, you okay? Yo, you need a hand? Never been used to that. So when someone does, it comes like a foreign object, right? To just me. So that's why when you do it, understand from another person's perspective, they're probably not used to it. So they don't know how to react to it. So sometimes I react in silence. Sometimes I react very short. But I'm learning to react better to the people that actually do care about Steven Brito. And not just the people that, you know what I mean? Like just there for the moment.
But it's also about like receiving, because I think that I'm not good at receiving myself too. Because again, I've learned to stop this. Like past year was validation. It's like now people are like, oh my goodness, like you lost some weight, you look great and stuff like that. Okay, and like, oh my goodness, like you doing this, your podcast, like okay, that's great. But like it's hard for me to receive certain things. So when you say that, I get that because I'm not used to that either. But at the same time, I just always been the type of person to make sure. And again, maybe it's the people pleasing in me. Maybe it's also just the giver in me. I just like to make sure that people around me are good. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause I never, like I said, if I know my depression, I've been low and we've all experienced it and stuff like that. I just never want my people around me to feel the way I feel. That's why I always do the things I do. And I'm still going to do that with you guys, of course, and other people that I love. But yeah, but again, not to force connections was really like something I can't do. Even in families and stuff like that, like I can't force you to hang out with me. I can't force you to, do this with me, I decided to accept that. I'm like, okay, it's cool.
So I feel as though, like, to your point, I don't know, it takes a village, right? Like, you need to choose who's in your village. And I feel as though I haven't personally needed therapy because I have the village that I could talk to. You feel me? Like, if I have something on my mind, I know that I could go to somebody and talk it through, I can pick someone's brain and kind of get their perspective. I feel like I have intelligent friends that I can do that with. Emotionally intelligent, just wise in general, that just know knowledge, so just picking other people's brains, and just knowing that I have that genuine care behind that knowledge going into the conversation. Like it feels good, I'm proud of my village. I like my village a lot. I like my people. They're cool.
Yes, sir. Period. Now I have a question for you guys. What boundary are you guys still trying to fully stand on from 2025?
A boundary still.
What boundary are you still learning to still stand on in 2025? Like for me, I'll say my boundary that I'm like learning to is to not over explain myself. Because I feel like a lot of times it's like, I've learned the art of no. And I used to get so annoyed, like when you say no all the time and you say no all the time, I'm like, that's the best thing I've ever done this year is say no, no, no. But also I feel bad sometimes. So I feel like I'm over explaining myself. Like I think maybe I'll give a great example. And I stopped it a little. I caught myself this week doing it. This week you asked me to go to the gym, but I had something to do after work with a Secret Santa. It could have been me before saying like, no, I can't go to the gym, man, because I have a work Secret Santa thing and stuff like that. I don't know what time I'm gonna be out and stuff like that. And not like, shut up. Like you don't gotta over explain it. So I just said, no, I can't. And he was like, hurt. So that's something that I'm working on is not to over explain myself because sometimes I feel like I need to give people like a reason and stuff like that. But really just like, no, like you don't. Just stand on what you mean and that's it. And sometimes just keep it short too. You know what I mean? Because I'm not used to keeping it short. I'm just used to just talking or trying to make sure like you don't feel some type of way and stuff like that. You know what I mean? But again, like, no, like if you have to do something, if something doesn't feel right to you, just say that and that's it. Don't over explain yourself. So that's one thing I'm still like working on as a boundary.
Boundary that I feel like that I've been consistently working on is just a boundary of like, I guess prioritizing the time for me and setting aside time for myself. I think like, especially this past year, I've been like filling a lot of my water into other glasses, right? For obvious reasons I had to, right? But sometimes like you could be, like I'm a fiance, so I'm trying to be the greatest fiance. I'm trying to be the greatest worker at work. I'm also trying to be a great uncle. I'm trying to be a great brother, a great son. But I could name all those things and they're filling cups for other people, but I never think about how can I be the best version of myself, right? Going to the gym consistently. I feel like I did a good job doing that and then I stopped, right? Muay Thai, did a great job, then I got my head knocked off. And then it was just like, yo, like you work in finance, in IT. You can't do this, right? So then something I really loved I had to strip that away from myself. I think I have to set a boundary for Steven to actually start focusing on those things. That way I could prioritize my happiness and prioritize like hobbies that I do enjoy. Like I take a step back on those too much, I feel. So that's something that I guess to answer your question, that's a boundary I need to set. Right? I hope that was like answering your question.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, you're good. It's a boundary we're working on, you know what I'm saying? Because I feel like, again, I lack boundaries. I just didn't have boundaries, to be honest with you, before. But now it's just like I'm learning to like, okay, like this works for me now because I can't keep overextending myself because that's what drained me and killed me before. You know what I'm saying? So that's good for you. What you be? Because you're a king of boundaries.
Yeah.
I feel like I got healthy boundaries.
What are your boundaries?
I don't know. So I'll say this to answer your question.
Right.
I feel as though I try to be communicative about the things that, I stand on and like the boundaries that I have with other people. Mm-hmm. One thing that I've tried to do is like what you said earlier, like when you were talking about me and you going to the gym and you said no for Thursday. that's fine. You feel me? Like I'm a busy person too, so I understand if you're also busy. You feel me? Other people don't understand that all the time. So I just have to be, you know, be a little bit more wise about the people that I'm giving my time to, you know? So like, I guess something that I have to like kind of be a bit more like selfish with or like stand a little bit stronger on or that I'm learning to do is just, you know, when people are playing with my time. Cause it's a privilege, honestly. Like I could be, you know, like my personal space. So I'd rather just sit home by myself rather than be with someone that's, you know, just gonna waste my time or you know, give me I don't know, just like BS.
Yeah.
Okay. Now with that, I want to know also, what version are you guys still quietly grieving within yourself?
That's a jam-packed question. A version of myself that I'm quietly grieving.
Yeah. From 2025.
Oh, I'm grieving the lover boy.
Yeah.
I'm grieving the lover boy, honestly. Keep it real with you, I miss being in a relationship.
Okay.
I feel like I've been single too long. You feel me? So
Yeah.
I've lost the lover boy in me. I've tried dating. I don't know. These women, they
Yo, I'm gonna just say one thing. If you listen to Drake, that lover boy gonna come back into certified lover boy. Listen, all right. So listen, none of that has been like proven in court. So we not Diddy and we not R. Kelly and my boy. All right, we not doing that to my boy until proven. We rocking Drake all day. And last time I checked,
hope so, man. Listen, I need the lover boy back.
Yes, sir.
I want to write love letters and poems and shit again. Like
you are a writer.
I miss it, man.
Right.
I miss it so much, man.
Listen, in 2026, we gonna get Brandon a girlfriend. That's what we gonna do.
Hopefully,
that's the goal.
So I have a question. So put it out in the world right now. It's for 2026 for yourself. What are you looking for right now? Not slouch like that.
I was about to say some wild stuff, but let me.
That's not gonna help you.
He's trying to make you a dating profile right now.
Right now, I'm about to put it all over YouTube.
Crying.
Listen, man, I just want a nice little woman. She got to be smart, intelligent, caring woman. She loves adventures, love being fit, taking care of herself. Independent, because I'm independent too. We could be independent together, build an empire together. Like that's what you need, man. Something along those lines, but I just can't find that person that, you know, matches the drive I got in my heart.
I think, like I said, it's like about also, and I'm now in the same boat now because now I am now open to dating and I am now dating and stuff like that. So I always say, like, I think you just got to put yourself out there. Like we had this conversation before, and I think that maybe the online dating, I get it. That's more accessible to us, like the Hinge and all this stuff like that, whatever not, or Instagram, however you know, get your cup of tea. But I just think that it's more about like just putting yourself out there a little bit more, you know, in different spaces, you know, even if you go to like the happy hours out in Hoboken, Jersey City, maybe in the city on a Friday night with the boys and stuff like that, you know? So
y'all gonna hate. I mean, I'm somebody that opinion is ass. I've been in a relationship since I was like 17, 16.
12 years, dog.
Right? So my perspective, I think you do a good job putting yourself in certain settings. Book clubs, run clubs. Do you do a book club?
I'm not in a book club.
I'm in
You
the
should
book
do a
club.
book club. Book club, okay, good. But like, I think the settings matter, right?
Mm-hmm.
When I view like, I picked up this girl at the club. Like to me, and I'm
that
not
never
judging.
appealed to me. Like
Yeah,
when
you
say
feel me?
when you say like go to the bar, go to the club.
Yeah,
like,
that shit, it already turned me. And I'm not knocking anybody that does that. But what I'm trying to say is like, if you're looking for a serious man or woman, you think you're gonna find him at a club?
No.
I would say I'm not. All right, I'm a twist that, right?
Okay.
Because that's not my vibe, but some people love going to the club. So
True,
you feel me?
true.
Like they may find that person there for sure, but like I'm not in the club like that. You know, I could go without the club for the rest of the year.
For sure.
Mm-hmm.
But you're right. I definitely have to like find somebody in the right space.
Yeah.
I just don't.
Setting matters, I feel.
It
Like,
does.
Setting is extremely important. Some people find love at a coffee shop, bro. Like you just constantly going to a coffee shop doing work and you just walk up on a
I go
person.
there every week.
looking for love.
Not even looking for love. I'm here, but not looking. But you know,
Said, oh my
I
God.
just gotta think about the space that I want to be in.
Yeah.
Where my wife might be. I don't know.
Yeah.
Just put a beacon out in the road.
But I have a question though, like before I get to it, because I know you're turning 30 this year. So I have a question:
Damn.
does like timeline?
Relax. You first.
I mean, you are first though. I just turned 29 on the 29th though. Damn, I got time. But I want to know though, because you know how females have timelines. Do you think men have timelines too?
No.
Well, certain men
It
might. I'm
depends.
just
Yeah, that's
asking.
what I'm saying. It depends. Like me personally, like as much as I'm saying right now, I want a relationship. I'm absolutely fine being 50 and single, 65 and single. You know,
Talk about it.
like I'm okay. I'm happy with myself. You know, like if my peace is on the line, I'm not gonna do it. So I'd rather find someone that I can have that peace with and build that life. If it doesn't come, I'm fine rocking solo. It's okay.
All right.
If I did have to put a stamp on it, 35.
Okay. Now, what about you, my guy?
got 6 years. Ladies, we got 6 years. Somebody step up.
You
What
said
about me?
6 years?
Yeah, he's
6 years.
29.
Yeah, do the math.
Oh, okay. No, I'm
This
thinking
guy.
30. I'm thinking 30. That's what I'm thinking. I'm not the math guy. Sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's 2026, but his birthday didn't
No, I
come
know.
yet.
No, I know. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Yeah.
Ignore me.
Just turned 29. Give me some grace, man.
What are you quietly grieving? So, Steven, what are you still quietly grieving?
I feel like when I set goals for myself, I have to hit them, right?
Mhm.
I feel like, my favorite basketball player of all time is Kobe Bryant. And one of the things he always said, like if you go against your goal, you're cheating yourself, right? Words were not verbatim there, but you get Mamba mentality, right? And I always try to like pick goals that I know are attainable,
Mhm.
but I feel like weight goals, fitness goals, even like specific, like I made a goal to read a book every month. Boy, read one book. But it was a good book. It was the Psychology of Money, something like that. Yeah. But great book. Love those books. But like when I do those things and then life gets busier, a shit hits the fan, or even like with the whole workout thing, like I feel like I was in a good stride, 6
Yeah.
months, and then kind of starts to slack. Nutrition stayed great, but like those moments where I'm grieving that Steven that, really set out for those goals and cheated himself, right?
Mhm.
So I want to work on that a lot better. Like life is always going to hit, but staying consistent somewhere is always important, right? It's important for you, your mental health, but also like think like cheating yourself, cheating your goals, and it's something that's always gonna kind of creep into you mentally. And I think I'm grieving that version of me where it's just like, damn, bro, like you should just kept going, like you had it, right? But yeah, no, I'm grieving it, but we keep going
You learn
forward.
from it.
Yeah, we learn from it, and we work harder, we push harder. So
Yeah.
that's a version of myself I'm grieving, I guess.
I mean, what I'm still grieving right now is still trying to improve my worth. I think that's something that, like, for so long, it's like I gotta tell people all the time, like, okay, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, because I feel like I used to make my mistakes or just who I am as a person, like, the biggest thing in the world and stuff like that, which it were. There was a lot of moments where it was, like, some, like, real fucked up situations, honestly. But at the same time, it's just like I gotta prove, like, I'm good, like, I'm doing this, I'm going to the gym, I'm doing it. Like, why am I proving myself to people? That was, again, trying to show people, like, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. But when you're doing it for yourself, it's a lot better, So that's something that I'm still quietly grieving, is trying to prove my worth. Because sometimes I just don't, I don't know, there's certain words that people say to you that kind of just stay in your head sometimes. And that's the thing of like not drinking and not really like smoking, all that stuff. It's like I sit with a lot of those thoughts, like, oh, dumbass, oh, faggot, or this and that sometimes. Like that still bothers me sometimes. And I think that like I gotta show them I could do this or I could do that. But no, like, who am I proving it to?
Mm-hmm.
So that's something that I'm still quietly grieving, and I'm actively trying to work on that. So
I say one thing social media taught me is that someone's always going to have a rebuttal. So yeah, you show them one thing, right? You prove them wrong. Then they're going to have something else to say, oh, but this. And then you do that again, oh, but this. So it just keeps on adding up. You're never going to please somebody that's looking for problems. And that's fine. Like if you have to validate somebody, like if they're seeking that validation from you, I don't think they're really a good person.
No.
You feel me? Unless they're like at a job evaluating you or something, then I mean that makes sense. But just for like just checking you, just seeing like what you're up to in life, I don't know. I don't think that's cool.
I love that you said that because like something I learned about social media, and I haven't really posted a lot because of this. Like everyone's social media has become like a narration of their life, right? Like, or like people try to like paint a picture that's not really the picture of their life, if that makes sense, right? So to the people pleasing like side of like anyone, right? Social media really like, I guess, heightens it or provides a certain dopamine, right? So to your point, like what you were saying, like I believe that your point that you were saying is you was trying to just make sure you stopped looking for
Approval,
validation, and everything. Sometimes social media feeds into that where you are looking for approval, right? Because sometimes I do too. I'm not gonna lie. Like you do a post, like you want people to like. I'm not gonna lie to you. Sometimes I disable my comments. I don't care what you gotta say. Like real. Like I'll be honest with you. Even like the only times I have been like letting the comments slide is like a lot of like the wedding launches, right? Because like I'm having a wedding in April, so I want to make sure like everything launches appropriately, right? I kind of like the project manager side in me. Like I want to make sure things are just set, right? But I don't care, right? Somebody could literally say, "Yo, that video was ass."
You don't care.
Cool, bro. Like to me, this shit was fire. Like I'm happy about it. Yo, your fit dookie. Cool. Like doesn't matter to me, right? And I think from that perspective, like maybe something you do really well is like really blocking out social media. I had a really hard time doing that, bro. I'm a doom scroller. Like you tell me delete Instagram, boy, it's gonna take forever for me.
I like a nice little hiatus.
Yeah, that's good, but that's
Social
great
media breaks
though.
is nice, man.
That's great, man, because like you could devote your time to other things, and unfortunately, like we live in a society that we seek different. And I think we talked about this a lot. We seek different types of dopamine, right? We seek dopamine everywhere, and social media is like one of those dopamine hits that everyone wants. So yeah, the acceptance dopamine, right? That's something that a lot of us work on. But I think like, although you're grieving it, you've done a great job. Like, I guess like you've done a great job in that version of yourself, not fully trying to like look for that anymore or seeking it.
But that's why I think with this podcast too, like I just post whatever for this podcast. And then for me, that's why, I don't know, that's why I think I just stopped. Like even with social media, like now here and there, once in a while I'll post a picture or whatever not, but it doesn't even matter about the likes anymore. Okay, 40 likes, all right, cool, bet. You know what I'm saying? 10 likes, bet. You know what I'm saying? 5, bet. But that's what I'm saying. That's like the more change I saw in myself this year, which I always kept saying to myself, like, I gotta be this, or I gotta look a certain way, or the gut gotta be chucked in right. You know what I'm saying? Like there's so many things, but now it's like, nah, like I feel a lot better now with that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's been like a lot of work and just like reflections and stuff like that for me. But I also want to know is in 2025, we also experience a lot of pain, you know? So I want to know like what pain are you trying to leave in 2025?
I think complacency is a pain. You know, like just being stuck in one spot in life. I don't know. I'm trying to elevate. I feel like, 20s was fun. 30s got to be a new mission.
Have you been feeling like that lately? Is that why you're saying that?
I say so. Just throughout 20. I think after my 27, after my golden year was great. You feel me? So 28, it was just kind of like a lull period. You feel me? Like it just kind of felt like just flatlined a little bit. So I feel stagnant. I feel like going into 30, I got to find that momentum to, push me to that next level. That was definitely a pain point, or could lead up to a bigger pain point sometime in the future. Just not getting all your ducks lined up in the right amount of time. Like at some point in time, it's going to get harder. It's going to be more painful to do later on. So while I'm still young, while I still got the body, while I still got the mind, I'm trying to do that now.
Yeah, start now. It's better. Where are you, Brito?
There's pain in like letting people go, especially like important people that you've grown up with or just in general, right? For my instance, it's like letting family go. I know I touched on that earlier, but like there's pain in that too, right? Like you want things to work, but like for you, I guess like for you, yourself, your family, or just in general, like your village, like it's important to like release that, right? So it has to serve you at the end of the day, right? Is it? That's a really hard question to answer in any way.
No, it is.
So that's why like I'll keep it brief, But like letting go of people that were important in your life is very painful. But you have to. Like, there's no way you can carry that. That's too much weight.
I mean, you're right though. Like, it is hard to answer the question. I feel like I said, I've always just thought about the good in life. You feel me? Like, I try not to think about the bad. And that's not to say like I neglect to think about it or like I haven't thought about it, but like, you know, like it's an experience and I'm not gonna linger on that forever. I just kind of like take the pieces that I need to from it and just move on from it, you know?
But yeah, that's a way that you do it. But also you have to understand, not everyone has your mind. Not everyone has your brain. So there's people like me that I'm getting there. But like for me, I feel like the pain that I am releasing right now is I had to feel like I had to earn people's love. That I had to feel their, like I said, again, it goes back to approval. And that's something where it's like, I don't want to feel like I have to earn your love to feel accepted. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's what I'm saying. It's just been a lot of like lonely days of just like, why do I feel like I'm not good enough for people? Or why do I feel like I'm just, like even with family, like I don't talk about family on this podcast and everything, but it's just like, there's moments where it's just like, what am I doing? You know what I mean? So I understand like when you were saying, what you were saying earlier about that. It's just for me, I feel like we shouldn't be able to feel like we have to, I don't know, like, it is a hard question to answer.
It's a hard ass
But
question
I'll
to
just say,
answer.
For me, like
Yeah.
the pain that I am releasing is don't have to feel like I have to earn people's love. For me, I'll keep it like that in my 2025. You know? All right, my next one. How do you react when you're triggered this year versus last year?
I feel like it hasn't changed. I let people go. You feel me? Like, if I feel like, first of all, I don't get triggered. Like,
Are you sure?
How often have I gotten triggered?
Not like that, but I'm like,
I'll probably say this year, maybe once or twice.
Okay.
You feel me? If I'm feeling stressed a little bit, I'll go take a nap. It's all right. I'll sleep it off. You feel me? If it's still a problem when I wake up, I'll handle it. But, you know, I just need like a fresh brain, a fresh mind to take a look at it. But I don't know, man. I try not to let things bother me. Why should it? I'm not going to let it disturb my peace.
You are a rare breed. I like that about you. That's why I love you, though. You are.
I feel like for this question, there's not enough time that passed in this year to compare it to like 2025. So for me, it's like the same. Like if I'm triggered, right, there are certain things I practice, right? Patience being one of them, right? Thinking about what the hell I'm going to say, writing it out, throwing that shit into ChatGPT and saying, make it much nicer. A little tip for anybody that's going to say something crazy via email or via Teams, like just put it in Copilot. You'll be all right. But yeah, I feel like that's a very straightforward answer. Like I practice the same things I practiced last year because there's not much time that passed.
No, I mean, listen, I feel like this. So let's say from obviously like we're in the new year and stuff like that. I'll say this. From early 2025, January to now, a year, I feel like for me, I just learned to pause more. So I just think before I speak. Now, I just feel like anything I say, I'm just like, all right, let me just not be so reactive and just listen and just say, okay. And that's it.
I feel like that's such a generic and broad question, though, because like a trigger at work has to get handled different than like a friendship or, you know, some kind of like world thing that happened around you, you know, like.
I treat it all as the same for me now because I'm not going to give my energy to anything anymore. I don't care how deep it is or love it is. I'm not going to give someone the best out of me anymore because I used to give the smallest things the best out of me. Even at work before, he's just like, oh, okay. I can like kind of like be okay at work, family or friends, whatever. I'll give it all. Now everyone is on the same plateau for me, and that works for me.
And that's how you feel. Like I could disagree with that
you're
opinion,
fine.
right? Only because I agree with the aspect that categories do matter, right? If it's people that matter to you and they trigger you, it's important to vocalize, right? I don't do that enough. Right,
I've done that enough.
Yeah.
That's why, no, but that's why I had to. For me personally, that's why.
Even world problems, right? Things will trigger you, and like you'll react to that with more, I guess, like opinionated,
animosity.
but like if it's somebody you really like truly love and really like care for, you're not gonna treat that the same as like something crazy happening in the world or work. What work, man? If somebody pissing me off at work, I'm ignoring it. I'm not, come on, bro. Don't know, because I know how I could get at work. Nah, so I just straight face. RBF, that's what it's called, right?
Yep.
RBF. Mean mugging. But like there I'll practice like shutting up. I agree with you. But like if it's one of y'all, like let me give you an example. If it's one of y'all, I'm like, yo, what you talking about? Like, but we'll talk it out. But I'm not gonna come at y'all like I'm coming at like something worldwide. Like if it's something crazy that happened, right? I'm trying to refrain from politics or anything.
Say
like
even
that.
like a flat tire. You
Yes,
feel me? Like,
exactly.
That's gonna trigger mad people.
That shit'll piss me off. Bro, I got into an accident last year on some bullshit. Listen to this. All right, I'm not even gonna go into that.
Trigger right now.
I'm already triggered. But like you see, that accident will not trigger me if I was late today by like 2 hours, right? That will trigger you to some cases, but because it's me, it's not gonna trigger you like you getting into an accident. Cause like, man, cost me hella bread, bro.
It was not in the 2025.
Yeah.
It happens.
Oh my God, bro.
But no, like I would say, like when it comes to people triggers, right? Like as you're saying, how I would talk to my boys if one of y'all trigger me versus how I would talk to like an associate or like somebody I just met, or you feel me? Like I'm like, all right, do what you got to do. But I would say though, I am trying to change that, right? I am trying to give, like I said, more grace. Like I'm trying to have that conversation with them and try to understand where they're coming from. And if it truly is like, yo, like we're not on the same wavelength, then so be it. But like I'm not about to just be as dismissive as I was before.
This is more like just like I'm going to be more vocal about it, which I think you should. Honestly, I do think that you should be able to have a more of a voice and say what you have to say and stuff like that. I do. I agree.
I mean, I would not even say that. Like I've always liked closure. Like if me and a friend ever fell out, like I've always liked to vocalize my side. But I've always been on the stance like, yo, like you did this to me, not like victimizing, but like this is what you did and it affected me this way, and because of that, I don't want to be in this environment anymore. You feel me? Like I try to like be cohesive with what I'm trying to say, but I think, you know, over the last year and then going into this year, I'm trying to be more on the tip where I'm like, you did this, why? Right? All right, what you did this to me, right? Like, do you understand that? Like really trying to like have a whole conversation rather than just like, you know, it being a little bit more transactional or like I'm freaking firing them from a job or something, you know? So, I mean, more human interaction.
Yeah. I mean, I had no problem doing that this year. I cut off a lot of different people in my life.
You need that sometimes, though.
No, but sometimes you even need, and I realize too, again, not over-explaining myself, I don't even have to give you a reason. Sometimes I have to separate myself and just realize, like, the habits that you're still doing is not conducive for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, like, you're still on this wave of just like, yo, I gotta keep going out. Yo, I gotta keep doing this and that. Or, yo, we drinking tonight, this and that. Like, that's not conducive for me. So I had to, like, kind of, like, separate myself a little bit. If I felt like there was a conversation, I would have said that. But again, like, there's certain people now in my worlds that it's just not matching no more. So, I mean, like I said.
You have many relationships. And that's a good thing, right? Because you're somebody that is extremely approachable, very kind. And like you mentioned, like, you give a lot of your energy out, right? But, like, you got to use your energy as if it's, like, currency, right? And the reason I'm saying that is because it's a great thing that you're starting to, like, cut people off that don't serve you, because that's your main problem. You got so many people to interact with that, like, you're just giving it all out, right? You're getting, and I'm using energy and currency in the same kind of, in the same conversation, right?
Yeah.
But that's been, like, one of the main things as an observer. That's been your main issue, where you feel drained, where you feel like, damn, like I gave all that out and nothing come back to me. In my lonely days, nobody hitting me up. After I did this, that, and the third, that's why, like, sometimes you could sit in that pool and just like,
you didn't get your investment back.
And that's it. That's why you should be doing that. Cause like for me, sometimes I could sit in that pool, I'll be okay, right? Cause like I don't need nobody hitting me up, right? Because I know for the people that do hit up, if they ever need me, I'll be there. If I ever need them, vice versa, right?
Yeah.
And that's what's more important to me. I feel like even since second grade, something I had to learn about our relationship is that me and you could literally not talk for like 3 months, and then fourth month, yo, what's good, bro?
Like it was nothing.
But we've done that since young.
I remember middle school every year. Like we was always in different classes, and then summertime it was up summer.
Up, and that's what I'm saying. Like sometimes you gotta learn your relationships. I had to do that for everybody, right?
Yeah.
Even with like our like for a minute, you was like, "Yo, what's good with you? Like you're not gonna talk." I'm like,
Yeah, I don't operate like that. When you said that, I was like, I love that for you guys, but I don't operate.
he
like
doesn't
that.
operate like that. But sometimes like you
But
gotta, you gotta learn that.
But here's the thing. I've actually have learned ways of like space and
Yeah.
time and healing. Because here's the thing though, and this is something that I realized a lot with you last year, even with you this year. Because again, life hits, you know what I mean? But listen, like, I know you had a lot going on this year with Leslie and stuff like that. And then like I look at stuff like that where it's like you have a lot going on. Even like from a year prior with losing your dad and stuff like that. Like I see stuff like that and I say like, my boy needs to heal. I'm always gonna be here no matter what, you know what I'm saying? But I can't take anything too personal if I don't see you or talk to you all the time. Because also for me, I just need to, like, I felt like my issue was, you know, the phrase, misery loves company. I'm miserable as hell in my own life at that time. So I probably was like, bro, hello, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's always love. I always want to see you, but I felt like I had to branch more into myself this year and say to myself more, which I did. And even when I see you, it could be 3 or 4 months, even if I don't talk to you, it's still gonna be the same. Like, yo, what's good, baby? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Sure.
But that's where you know those relationships matter.
Yeah.
Where you know you cultivated something stronger than like just face value, right?
But I can't do 3 or 4 months.
Yeah,
Like, I
but
got you. But I know what you mean.
yeah, but like where those really where you feel you don't feel that in certain people, man, biggest cutoff. Like one of my main, like one of the people that I feel like I grew a good relationship with is 2 people at work, right? And like I feel like very similar to how I feel with y'all. I want to make sure I keep those relationships with them, because like you know they in a lot of moments in my life, which is like work related, of course, but like they've been there. They've been like a good presence that kept me sane, right? Like work could drive you crazy, and if you got people at work that you're really like cool with and just like, you know, you grow with them really. Like you start growing up with these people. So like I almost like see one of the people as like one of my sisters, right? And then my boy that you mentioned earlier, right? That he was going away, like really solid, bro. Like me and him like super cool. And to me, like I almost saw him like a little brother, right? And those are important relationships that I will keep in touch with.
Yeah.
Right? You guys are important relationships I will always keep in touch with. I value relationships now, like, are these people going to meet my kids? Right?
Yeah.
Do I want them around my kids? And that is something I invest in. But if it's not, then like, yeah, if it don't serve you, bro, cut it. Like, and I've learned how to cut it. That's something I'll tell you. And people will hate me. People will look at me like, oh, he think he like concede all this shit. You could say anything, but the one thing you're not gonna do, if you don't know me, you'll never know my character, right? Like I'm far from that. I guess I'm very protective of me and mine, right? So protective might come across as conceited, or protective might come across as like, like the unknown is always gonna come across to the person's perspective, however they want, right? But the one thing that you'll never know is like, I guess like my perspective, who I am, right? If you're not close to me, because I would never let you in like that.
You know, I would also say though, I'm gonna ask this actually. Would y'all say you're a different version of yourself depending on who you're with? Like, are you your full self with everybody?
No, can't be.
You're right. I don't think so either.
Yeah, I know for sure. With the people I'm most comfortable with, I'm the same person. I'm loud as shit. Very happy, very like, you know what I'm trying to say, when in those moods, like you're gonna see it at my wedding. I feel like I am a very, how do you say it? Like you could literally pull me from a crowd, if that makes sense, right? That's how, I guess like that's how
you're
my
individual.
But I'm like that when I'm most comfortable, right? Only the real people that I really love and are comfortable with, I'll get like that. Any other thing? No, bro. Not even like this certain like, how would I say? Not even like in certain family events. Like sometimes I'm just very reserved, right? But you gotta be like that. You gotta not transform, but you gotta like know your environment, know what you're in, and like not that would you be judged, because who cares? But like in certain aspects, like you are your brand, right? Like, do you want people to view you this way?
True.
And that's why I always think about those things, like how I carry myself. Like it's very important. But yeah, I guess like that's a long-winded answer again, but yeah.
Again, it's a podcast. But yes.
Probably one of your shorter answers, actually.
But also, I want to also do some letter moments real quick. So I want to say is like one of my favorite things from 2025 was going to Colombia for your bachelor party.
Yes, sir.
No bachelor trip.
You know what I'm saying? What did you remember from that trip?
The best memory I have is all of us literally outside of the club and Ivory couldn't get in. This is the great. So we had a security guard with us, right?
Came with the B&B.
Came with the B&B. And Ivory had, I'm not trying to kill your fit, but Ivory had like a
wool sweater
a
vest.
wool sweater
Only.
vest, short sleeve in Colombia. Like, what are we doing? But it's okay. It's hot. So that's the only reason I'm saying what are we doing. But it's hot. So Ivory had to take off his shirt and put the security guard's shirt.
Here.
Mind you, it's a crazy shirt. It's like
Some graphic tee.
No, it's like one of those like welcome to Colombia visitor shirts.
It was
honestly,
a faded red shirt, and he was sick, and we had to go in the club with it.
Hey, y'all all look, no, let me tell you,
He
y'all
was
look nice.
bitching about it the whole night. That shit,
Nah, that jersey swap was legendary.
bro. That was the funniest, bro. And then it was all of y'all. You know, one of the main things that I did love about that night too. I looked at all of y'all. Y'all was having y'all conversation, but all of y'all got along. That was super important to me.
No
when you bring
argument.
I
two
remember.
crews together, well, kind of three crews, because it's like me, Shaq, me, Augie, and then me and you guys. Bringing three crews together, bro, that could be like make a break. Like, you know what I'm trying to say? You guys cannot like each other at all. But bro, instant hit. I feel like everybody was vibing from jump. So to me, man, that was like one of the best parts about it. Like, or like when we were on the boat and we were just like, even though I was fucked up from the night before or damn near throwing up, and we were like in the front of the boat,
At least you
hitting
didn't
all
throw
those
up.
waves.
At least you didn't throw up.
Oh yeah, this guy. Oh, I forgot about that.
Oh,
For
yeah.
context, Ivory had to throw up
No,
because we were
man.
drinking so much.
Wait, let me defend myself
Bacardi.
real quick. So like I said earlier, I decided to stop drinking a day after my birthday, right? But it was in 26 days. I remember making that choice to myself. I'm like, yo, like, we about to go to your bachelor party. So I'm like to
you
myself,
can't not
what's a-
drink.
no, but like, what's a good last hurrah? Can I try to do the classy hurrah at
Boy.
Olive Garden with the wine? Like, all right, 1 year, here we go. And then I'm like, man, we go your thing. Let me tell you, them first 2 days fucked me up.
Little
Like
bit.
when I
Yeah.
tell you, like, I threw up 3 times in that day. The morning when I woke up, and then on the
Yeah,
boat,
bro.
in the
Remember
boat.
the room?
No,
Did you see the room? Yo, that room was nasty.
It
brother.
was
no. When I woke up,
brother.
no. When I
Yo,
woke up,
God bless that maid.
no. When I woke,
woke
when I woke up, Steven was like, "It smells like fucking shit in here." All right, that's the first thing I heard. I'm like, "What?" But like I said, but the whole. Let me. It was a time, y'all. Let me
It was
just
a good
say that
time.
it was a
It was a really
time.
good
time.
But I have to say about that water trip, though. I said, give me grace for that because you and I was sharing a plate when we got to the thing. We was drinking on the boat on the way to the
Everybody
island.
shared it. Yeah, we all
No, we
ate.
didn't. They had their
Me
own
and
plates.
I think me and Augie shared.
What's Shaqy out of?
I remember.
He didn't
Yeah,
eat?
Yeah, I think he did.
I don't know.
Whatever. Yeah, I
But,
think.
but no, I felt so bad because it was the guy's birthday when we went to. Remember that guy we met at the water
The
thing?
family.
Yeah, the family and
Yeah.
stuff like that. We always meet families on trips.
That's
I'll tell you
on. That's
that.
because of you, Mr.
Mr.
Intro,
Family Man.
like Mr. Extrovert man.
Yeah, but like they had that. I had from tequila to brown, and I thought to myself, because you had to pay like $1 to go to the bathroom, right? Wasn't it like the case out there? You had to pay to go use the bathroom.
Man, use the bathroom in the water.
But that's what I thought. I said, all right, just spit up. When I went under the water, it was a lot more than expected. That's what happened.
This is the problem.
And he was so.
This is the problem. When you gotta throw up, get your ass out the water. What are you doing?
Go
You know what
bury it
he
in the
does?
sand, yeah.
You know what he does? He goes under the water and throws up, and all the fucking throw up just spreads. What are we doing, bro? Like you just talk about a vibe killer, yo. Like
He
oh
literally
man.
left after that.
I know.
We had throw up all over my chest.
No, you did
Pause.
not. No,
But-
you did not. Not that I remember. I don't remember. Honestly, I don't remember after leaving. I
No,
just
bro,
passed
the
out.
throw up literally came up like a blob and it spread. And we were all like, bro, no way.
Yeah, I had a great time.
It was a good time.
Great time.
And also just like besides like that trip, I want to know like also I have to thank Brandon mainly a lot from this year. My fitness journey
Yeah, man.
was something that I never thought in a million years that I would really honestly enjoy.
Gym
Because
was fun, man.
no, it's been like when I say like I enjoyed the gym. Like, I never thought to myself, like, oh, because one thing Brandon said, he's patient. And, like, you are very, very patient in the beginning stages.
I'm not patient with Ivory, bro. Not at all. I went to the gym with him.
I just throw my headphones on.
Oh my God, bro. I'm like, yo, can you do a push-up? Like, come on. But this is early, Ivory, not now. Not now.
I know what you're talking about. But you know what's so funny? That's our ever, because we don't really fight like that. That was only our biggest
fight, bro.
Was just over workouts. Like,
it's because Ivory don't listen. Like, if I'm telling him, yo, bro, hold the bar like this. Isolate your arm. He doesn't understand what isolate.
Overgrip and then like
yeah,
elbows out.
bro. He'll do a push up here. I'm like, bring it here, and he'll still go here. I'm like, Ivory, and then I think I blew up on you that day. I definitely blew up on him.
You definitely blew up on me. And I mean, I ain't no bitch. So at the same time, I'm like going back and forth. But he's like, shut the fuck up. Like he was, oh man.
Yeah, we had a lot of moments, bro. But nah, like I think you were the perfect workout partner for him. Because I'm somebody that I don't like, if I'm working out, something about me is like, if I'm waiting too long in between my sets, I feel like I'm not sore enough. So, you know what I'm trying to say? I need to walk out the gym fucked up. My muscles need to be cooked. So if I don't feel that way, I feel like, I just wasted my time at the gym. As crazy as that sounds.
I get it.
But yeah, Ivory was just taking like 5 minutes a set. Yeah. Nowadays, I wouldn't care, but like this was the perfect person.
We were like 19, like 20 at that time.
We were 19, 20, yeah. That was like hella years ago.
You got your work in.
Yeah.
I lost over 40 pounds this year.
Yeah.
So I have to say that.
Man,
I'm
that's
good.
that man. Put a little cheers in the video for that. 40 pounds is
W's in the
no
chat.
easy feat, man.
No, because
yeah.
I will always go to I started off the treadmill for 30 minutes. And then whatever it was, like arms, bicep, back, or whatever. Not, cause I'll start doing it by myself a lot of times too. Cause I can't always rely on Brandon to go to the gym. Cause that's when I started to. I really love the gym was when I go by myself. So it's like I got my workouts for the time, and then I'm doing this, and I can go to the spa afterwards for a second to relax. And I used to say to myself, "Man, this feels good." You know what
And then, even
and I get it now.
Even then, because I have two types of workouts. Like I work out in the winter in the gym, and then even when I went to the track, started running.
Yes.
In the summertime, you was with that too.
I did about 2 miles every day. I mean, every time we ran, I was at 2 miles.
That August, you didn't do the August challenge with me.
No, I did not do that.
So August challenge was just to run at least a mile every day. I got most days I did like 2 miles ish. Halfway through, like on the 15th, I did the half mile, 13 miles. And then the last day I tried to do a mile under like 5-6 minutes. I didn't get it, but I got like to 5:10 or something like that.
Okay.
It's all right.
That's all right.
That's not
That's all
bad.
right.
So, well, I also want to know if
You
like
be speaking like 5 miles is like nothing. Boy, there's a problem with running when you're like punishment in all your sports is running. So Bernie be like, yo, I'm about to go run. I ain't doing that.
You gonna come running with me next year.
Man, I feel like if I come running with you, it'll be fire. But damn,
you should
bro.
just do it once. Just do it.
That's a good run.
If I can do it, you can do it.
One day in my life, I aspired to run a marathon. Only because Leslie wants to fucking run a marathon.
She asked me to train her too.
I
I'm not
know.
gonna
So
do
yeah, no, well, you know, she's going through her recovery, but that is just like, I see what you're doing. That's kind of like how rigorous you have to be.
No, it's way worse.
Bro, like
I promise you, it's way worse. For a marathon, it's way
marathon's
worse.
26, right?
26.
Bro,
Yeah.
I be dying at 2. Like 2 miles. 2 miles is damn near like what? That's not 20 minutes, right?
Depends on your pace. It could be.
Okay. So like, damn, that's like 2 hours.
You're probably for 2 miles. It's probably like 9-minute pace, 18 minutes.
Yeah, I'm like a 10 pace. Is that good?
Not really.
Damn. I'm ass.
We gonna get you up there. Nah,
we got you this year.
I'm not knocking no runners. Honestly, like 10. That's pretty solid. Like if you're really not a runner, like you say, you really don't be running like that. You don't like running at all. 10 minutes. That's pretty solid.
But I was a distance runner.
Yeah.
I could do distance.
Okay.
Like burst, I have no burst in me, like at all. But like distance, I could really like power through that. But I have to have a goal. If that makes sense. Like if I don't have a goal in something, I'm not consistent.
That makes sense.
You know what it was for me besides losing the weight for running for me? I don't know. I just felt free. That's how I
like being
felt.
outside.
No, like when we used to, especially like the raw weight track was my favorite track. We'll run. I just like, it would be like towards like the 6-7 o'clock time. I felt so free. I just like, for money, like I gotta make sure I'm losing this. Like, nah, like I enjoy. I felt like I got to release so much stress or tension or whatever was in my head, it felt so amazing just to run. That's why I say I feel like running might be good for you. You never know.
That's what I'm saying. Like just at the end of the day in the summertime, I just like being outside, you know? Like if it's not, you know, running, like I would hate to be in the gym on a June day.
Bro,
you know,
gym sometimes, bro, like it'd be great to lift, right? Because steel never lies to you. I feel like you can always go back to steel, whether you having the worst day of your life. Like that's the one thing that's always gonna be consistent. But it's also consistently, it can be boring, bro.
Yeah.
Like that's why sometimes like lifting with people is always fun. But yeah, I get what you're saying. Like that adds another twist, another aspect of like working out. That could be fun.
like, do you do any outdoor activities?
Boy, I do the Stairmaster for cardio, or I play basketball.
Yeah,
You do play
But
a lot of
like, I
basketball.
play a lot of basketball, which helps because there's a lot of cardio. But the problem with basketball nowadays, bro, and I'm speaking to the basketball community, these necks, bro. I don't want to argue about no necks, bro. Like I'm tired of that. And it'd be like 30 necks. Like if I come into a court and it's 30 necks, I'm going home.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
doing
way
something
too
else.
long.
I'm not waiting an hour to play pickup basketball. And then you think I'm ass because I'm the new kid on the block. I don't get it. Like you know what I'm trying. Oh man, bro.
Yeah, you gotta get staying in the
You
community
have
again.
So like, and like when I was at LA Fitness and they had their gym, it'll take some time to really build something there, like for people to know you. Finally built it. I'm good. People know I can shoot. I'm good. I can handle the rock. But then they closed the fucking basketball gym down. LA Fitness is crazy. Whack,
I
bro.
only know about one that still got a gym.
That's what I'm saying. They getting rid of it for nothing. Putting some bullshit in there. I'm sorry. I had to vocalize. I'm about to go to Lifetime, bro. There's no way. But I try to do that. I gotta learn how to swim to be able to do this. But I heard swimming
Yeah, that's a great workout.
is like one of the best. And I think swimming is a workout that I would want to do. But your boy can't swim.
You still can't swim?
He can't
No,
swim.
me?
He can float.
I can float, doggy paddle, call it the octopus, where you just, you know what I mean?
What is your fear of water, honestly?
Huh?
What is your fear of water?
Dying. What you mean?
It's just not getting back out.
Bro, if God wanted to really wipe me out,
But I feel like you have so much upper body. So I feel like it should be easy for you to actually like
I
you
don't-
know,
It's a whole
strokes
body
and stuff
thing.
like
I
that.
don't know what it is.
I think it's just the coordination of swimming.
But I have good coordination, but the
Yeah.
coordination of swimming in
Yeah.
water, no, bro. I'm cooked. I could really doggy paddle, but the kicking your feet thing, no. I'm sorry. Everyone has tried. I'm talking like I've paid people to help. No. Yeah, stop going because it's like I'm a lost cause.
I miss swimming.
Right.
Yeah, I gotta get
I'm
back
a
into
lost cause. I could survive. Like I went in Puerto Rico. Me and Leslie went to a beach and I swam deep, but doggy paddled my ass and that shit hurt coming back. And on top of that, waves was hitting, so it took a lot of effort to come back. But yeah, like I could survive.
You could swim, but you're not like an efficient. Like you're not like
No,
gliding
so
through
it
the
makes
water.
it makes it
long
less
distance swimmer. Then you'll say.
It makes it less like
You want to do it for
fun.
like the workout.
Yeah,
I get you.
but like yeah, I can't work out like
You
that.
need the form.
Yeah, I'm
you don't
about
got the
to.
form.
I can't do that. not in no pool.
Not for you.
Yeah.
Besides that, I want to know also like, obviously we talked about traveling a little bit. What
Okay.
was some cool places you guys got to go to this year?
I've been to a lot.
Cause I know you traveled a lot.
Yeah, I've been to a bunch of spots. Vegas in August was cool. Traveling for work, I went to Stockton, went to Wine Valley out there, brought back bottles, bro. I smoked like
Nice.
mad bottles back. I went out to Kansas and I thought that was gonna be a weird one, but you know, like I think the stars out there. I went. It's really like pitch black out there in the countryside, so I just went to like some little state park at like 10 p.m. Saw hella stars. It's beautiful. Traveling's cool, man. I like seeing the world. Went to Atlanta. Me and Ivory went to Atlanta for my birthday trip.
Damn.
I would give it like top 3 cities that I've been to. in
Top
the world.
three.
Top
That's
3.
nice.
It made
That's
top
nice.
3.
What?
Yeah.
That was a fun trip.
I'll give it a top 3. Top 3. I'll give it to Chicago.
Okay.
I put Atlanta on that list. And honestly, man, as much as I don't like, I'm gonna give it to Brooklyn specifically. I was gonna say New York, but I'm gonna give it to Brooklyn.
Okay.
Brooklyn's it.
All right. What about you, Brito?
I ain't travel as much this year because, like, of course, like as you guys know, I'm getting married, so things were tight. But I did go to DR. I did go see one of my favorite artists, Bad Bunny.
On your shirt?
Right, so you know what I mean, Benito. So it was a great experience. I felt like, you know, I was a bit shafted a little bit because I went the first night, and everybody know Dominican Republic, the first night, supposed to get a special artist. How the second night get Romeo Santo, bro?
Yeah, that
Like,
would've been nice.
That's crazy to me. That's like the Bachata King. I'm still complaining about it, but Bad Bunny hit. Like, everything about that concert was fire, right? I did hate where I was seated at, because I think, like, I didn't know the house. It's called just the house.
casita.
There's like two stages. I didn't know it was gonna be all the way in the back, because in PR was in the middle almost, or like there was different things. And we were supposed to go to PR, I think, just to start with that, and we were gonna be in front of the house. That was my goal, because like all the songs I like are at the house. But yeah, like it was still cool though. I enjoyed my time. I loved it. What else? I've traveled for work, but like the problem with traveling for work, I think where me and you differ is like work is like I get out at like 10.
Yeah.
So like the night's over. Or like, not that I get out at 10. We get out at 6, but we gotta eat dinner. I gotta network, I gotta mingle. And by the time I really settle down, I could do something. Yeah, I know me. I'm not one to like self-explore, which I should be doing more. But like that self-exploration shit was just at the hotel in the room, getting ready to sleep, trying robes. I did. Bro, I was at the Ritz a couple times, so you know, using company money. But yeah, it was
I would
fun.
say, like, when it comes to traveling for work, I fly in the day before, so I have that whole day to like see what's around there, you know, like do a little like self-travel for me. But you're right, like you getting out at 10 o'clock is a little bit different. Like my day is probably like 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. And then, you know, rest of the time is me. And I think after 7 o'clock, I still got a bunch of day to try to do a lot.
You got the whole night.
Yeah.
Like at 10 is like, you gotta have your night set.
Yeah.
Right? And like sometimes some coworkers be like, oh, let's go out. And I'll go with them. But you know, at that point, you can't really bug out.
Yeah.
Right? So yeah, like I went to Chicago. I've been to Atlanta a bunch of times, but I never got that experience. I went for work. Right? The job I worked at was across the street from the hotel. So like it was literally just back and forth. And then we went for dinner. All the bosses just like, you know, like talk your head off. So
I'll say for me though, I was so invested into this podcast because I invested a lot of money into this podcast. So I wasn't really able to travel as much as I would like to be honest, which is okay. But I'll say I've only been to, again, like California this year. Again, for my birthday, you and I went. And again, that was such a good like healing trip for me at that moment when I realized how much I truly hate LA and like how much I really did not miss it at all. So that was a good thing. And also Colombia was a good time to just like be out the country and try something different.
Sure.
And then also Atlanta, it has my heart. I love it so much and can't wait to be back there soon, you know what I mean? So what I would like to know is, what would your 20-year-old self be most shocked or proud of? Because obviously you both are turning 30 this year. And I think that, you know, I always look at like decades of like growth and progress. So I wanted to know, like, how would your 2016 self be looking at the 2026 version of you?
For me, I don't know. I feel like I was sarcastic then, still sarcastic now. I feel like 20-year-old me would be like, close enough.
Why?
Like,
Wait, question. Why are you so sarcastic?
Defense mechanism.
lightens the mood.
I think so. I think that's probably like one of the things that I use to disarm kind of like people that are aggressive, I guess, if you're going to talk about it. Like, say, for example, I was at work. I asked somebody a question. They gave me like a dickhead answer. And I don't know, just kind of like use like banter to kind of like diffuse it. But I don't know. For me, it's just the first thing that come to mind. Like, I just think in sarcasm. It's just been a thing. But no, like little me, he'd be like a little sarcastic with it. Just because like I was in school for finance and a information systems degree, you know? So that's exactly what I'm in right now. Like I'm in fintech, you know? So like I literally got what I wanted to do to an extent. Because like if it was up to me, I'd probably be on like the investment side or like working with stocks and stuff like that.
Yeah. But
I'm working with banks, right? And that's not to say that's a bad thing. It's just not the path that I saw for myself career-wise. That's why I think like he wouldn't be, you know, ashamed of it or like mad. He's just like, all right, whatever. I guess close enough. but then like just other aspects of my life too, like just still like live at home, making sure that, like my mom is good. Like she's still not good yet. Just I thought I would have had that all figured out by now, but life happens, twists and turns. But yeah, I think at that aspect he'll like tell me to just work a little bit harder for but we're still working.
Yeah. Brito?
No, I love that you said that because like it made me think about my answer. I wanted to be a database administrator. Shit sounds mad boring, right? But like I studied for that. I was literally grinding to understand like SQL, right? It's a programming language for the audience. But even got an internship at a pharmaceutical company doing database administration, right? Where I was like querying through data lakes. Again, nerd, boring talk, whatever. But to that perspective, my career has completely went left when I graduated, right? Because then I went into audit, IT audit to be exact, because they sold me a dream. And then it wasn't that, right? They sold me data analytics. And now I'm also in banking, right? But now I'm defending the banks against the auditors, right? What I used to do. So it's something that I think the younger version of me would have been like, yo, what the hell happened? Like, you in that? But because I always used to like shit talk this line of work, and like here I am. So I think that would be interesting. But another aspect, I think that version of me will be proud, right? Came so far. We're from Plainfield, New Jersey, where not a lot of people make it out. So I feel like just in general, we've come so far, right? We do so much, and I think like it's a nod to a lot of us. Like if you look at your 20-year-old self to what you're doing now, like we definitely have progressed in many ways, whether it's like emotionally, right? The life experience we've all been through, or just in general, right? Of course, we all have certain goals that we want to hit that maybe sometimes you don't feel like you've hit, right? But I embrace a lot of that journey, right? So I think the 20-year-old version of me would be like extremely happy about all like the not only the good, but how much I've persevered through the bad. Because a lot of bad has happened, but I'm still here, right? I'm still pushing. I'm going to get married, right? It's a big step in my life. But I'm also like, the 20-year-old version of me will be extremely happy. I still got my two brothers, right? Because like friendships die.
They come and go.
Right?
Yeah.
And that's what I'm trying to tell you. Like, we got something really special where nothing really came in between us. And I've seen a lot of friendships like pivot, and like this is something that is very unique. Not a lot of people have this, right? That people in their corner. So
I think we only got into like one fight, and it was like over
fucking
game.
video games, Maple
Yeah.
Story, bro. And I'm gonna say that you could put that on there. Fuck that game. But yeah, no, exactly. And it's just like from that aspect, like, and I feel like I was extremely confrontational when I was younger because I was always trying to prove something. Bro, I used to say the stupidest things, trying to prove something. But like this version of me is done proving, right? Like I let my actions speak. And if you don't see my actions, then you don't see me.
Yeah.
Right. And if you don't see me, then you know where we stand. Right. So yeah, I guess that's another long-winded answer. That's the fourth time I said that, but
You better get you on a podcast, but I got you.
but like I think that's just some key things I wanted to like point out. Like from 20-year-old version of me 10 years ago to now, like
Yeah. I mean, for me, I'll keep it short. I survived.
Yeah.
And that I didn't give up on myself. I think that's really more important. When I look at 20-year-old me, I don't know. Like I think so here's the thing. This is how I look at it. 20-year-old me was just starting to understand who he was.
Mm-hmm.
And he didn't like who he was. He still felt like he had to like put on at that time. And that's where I feel like a lot of the vices of drinking and smoking came at night, because it's just like, I feel like I'm trying to put on an act, or I'm trying to do this and that. But I remember saying to myself, like, I don't really see myself living past 25. Be real with you. I didn't see myself at all being in this life, because I really just felt like I just wasn't meant to be here. I think because of the noise and just seeing people around me and stuff like that, I just felt like, damn, like I want this, I can't get this, I can't have that, but you can, you know? And I think that I had to really learn my lesson in life when it came to certain things like that, especially like California. That's always like my biggest lesson. But I say thank you to literally every single person in my life in that town. I do. But I want to just say, when it came to just like seeing another day, I didn't see that. I'm just saying that. I really felt very suicidal, just like thinking to myself, like, what am I gonna do? Like, what exactly is this from? Like, for me personally, like, for me, like, obviously, you guys have your own things going on, but I can see, like, oh, you're in a relationship, you're happy, you're gonna be fine, and stuff like that. Like, oh, like, you know, you're doing your thing and stuff like that, fraternity and the life and success and career and stuff like that. You're gonna be fine. For me, I just didn't feel my footing, even though I was doing a lot of things like photography. I'm doing my internship in New York. I'm doing this and that and a job and stuff like that. I just still didn't feel fulfilled. I felt like my personal life, I just didn't feel great, and I just felt to myself, like, who am I living for? But now I feel like where I'm at now, I'm choosing myself. And that's the biggest thing I never thought I would say, honestly, you know, especially after 2023. I really did not see myself like prolonging this game, you know, but here we are.
We ball. Yeah.
Fuck it, we ball, you know what I mean? All right. So before we start to end, I want to do a quick pit, peak, and plot twist. Okay?
And what?
Plot twist.
Okay.
You want me to go?
Yeah.
I actually thought about my answer
Oh,
already.
go ahead. Let Brandon go.
You want to go first? Okay, go ahead. Go
I'll
first.
start. I'd say my peak for the year for 2025 was definitely my cologne collection. You feel me? Like, I learned a lot about myself, as much as, like, you know, just, you know, the vanity of it, right? I got to see things that, you know, worked for me. The reason I got into that, like, it was also like kind of like a self-validation. The reason I got into it was because I had a cologne on my wish list, like for my Christmas wish list, for like 3-4 years. Could not get it until Christmas of 24, right? So after that, I was like, you know what? Like, why am I waiting for people to get me these things, right? Like, first of all, like, I know what I like. I'm not gonna wait for them. I have adult money. You know, I'm gonna spend my money and do what I want. So, you know, just off of research, learning a lot more into the fragrance community, great experience. You feel me? I got to make my own cologne, right? I learned a little bit more about oils and like incense, just like for personal life. It feels cool, you know, like just walking around smelling good nowadays. Like, I don't think there's been a week where I haven't gotten, oh, you smell really good. You know, like, I'm not gonna say it happens every day, but I feel like most days I get a little something. And that feels good to do, you know? So I was definitely like really nice to get into for this year. A plot twist. I did not expect my father passing away this year, right? It was a sudden case, happened out of nowhere. He passed because of a heart condition. But like, I'm not gonna say that was my pit, just because I live life through acceptance. You feel me? I felt like me and my dad, we had a really good conversation before he passed. I wouldn't say it was recent before he passed, but, you know, me and him, we got a good understanding about each other as a man. You know, I got a better look at him as a father. He got a better look at me as a son, you know, as we're adults now, as I'm an adult. But no, it was a plot twist, you know, because to this day, like, I'm still trying to learn how to live with it. You know, like, I'm still thinking to myself, like, oh yeah, my dad's not here. Like, I can't text him. I can't call him. I can't see him next year when I go to Jamaica, right? Like, even today, like, I just kind of like thought like, oh yeah, like, I can't text my dad, you know? So it's, you know, the story still goes on. It's just a new development in the book. New season coming soon. We'll see what happens. But I would say my pit was definitely a moment. I would say it was probably in July. July was so crazy busy for me. Like, I did not get a moment of solace. I didn't get any time to just like kind of sit, you know, like, you know, like saying, I like being with myself, right? So I had my dad's funeral. I had to travel for work. I had to do things for frat, you know, so it was just this on top of that. And it wasn't until August that I really got to like sit down, like take a breather. You feel me? That's why I decided to take a little spontaneous trip to Vegas, like little quick 48 hours just to make up for the lost summer that I had, So yeah, I think that pretty much sums up my 25. It was a cool year, all in all. I won't say I'd do it again, but it was cool, man. I definitely enjoyed 25.
Steven?
So it's moments, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Peak moments, I would say, I think our Friendsgiving was a peak moment.
Mm-hmm.
When we get together, I feel like the energy is always super high, have a great time, right? And just in general, like, I feel like when you're in a room full of people that you truly love, like those memories, like you really like hold on to. So that's a peak moment for me. Even though I was like, I'm almost playing the recency bias game because I was like really thinking just hard right now. Pit. I felt like where I was challenging or battling grief, battling the struggle of like being like the sole, like not the sole provider, but like I am the pillar in my family. If something goes wrong, they seek Steven, right? Sometimes that is a great thing because like, I am in a position where I can help, but like it also is a lot of weight, right? So I've had months where that has been too much to handle. But I do appreciate like us, whether it was like The Bachelor, whether it was just hanging out, that helped me out of those pits. But like sometimes it is like an ongoing struggle. But like to your point, like the show must go on, man. Like no matter what, right? Like even though you battling these things, right? Battling the grief of my father passing away, something I struggle with is forgetting his voice. I think that to me, I don't have a voicemail, nothing. That's killing me some days, right?
Mm-hmm.
Thinking about like my kids in the future, what stories do I tell them about their grandfather?
Mm-hmm.
That's something that eats at me. But like, also like embracing the moments. I like look at pictures when me and him went to a Mets game. His favorite baseball team was the Mets at the time because the way Dominicans work, however many Dominicans are on that team, that's your favorite team. Like, unfortunately, that's the loyalty we're bound to. But like, I think of those moments and that makes me a little bit more happier. Like, no matter how much he went through, right? Think about it like this way. Like, my dad still succeeded. My dad was an immigrant who came from the Dominican Republic and gave his son a chance. Same thing for my mother. So that's the way I view life. Like, what am I going to give my kids? This is what my parents, they made the ultimate sacrifice to migrate here, get their citizenship, and then give us a chance at life. So no matter how they view their life, they've succeeded, right? Because for any immigrant that's out there, like that is what they want to give their family. So I feel like that's just been an ongoing pit from 2025. But my plot twist definitely, as you guys know, my fiance was on this podcast and she had spoke about her tearing her ACL. And I think that was one of the hardest moments of my life, right? Seeing someone who like super positive, gives herself to God, gives herself to her craft, just in general, be at the footstep of her dream and it being taken away, right? And I think her battling like just this process, right? And doing it with grace, continuing to give herself into God, right? And just in general, like that has helped me or helped me heal myself as well, observing this person who has every reason to say fuck this shit, right? And continues to like just be as super positive as she can be. Of course, there are days, right? But like ACL recovery, it is one of the things that I feel like it will teach you life in a year. And what I mean by that is like, it is the biggest perseverance or the biggest things you'll have to persevere ever in life. Because like you're literally training to walk again, to run again, to jump again. And Leslie's career is dance, right? People don't understand dance from an outsider's perspective, but there's so many things grounded in dance that you need to get back to when it comes to turning, when it comes to like just a lot of the torque that you need in your knee, right? So it isn't like playing basketball and recovering from ACL. This is actually like fully getting mobility back. And that to me, like seeing her doing this so gracefully, man, like it gives me the lesson, like, why can't I, right? Why am I complaining about this? Like, I should be viewing this in a different mind state, right? So, like, while battling grief, while doing all these things, this plot twist that did come is like, yo, like, I can learn from a lot of the things my fiance is doing. And then Brandon also pointed out is like my fighting, right? I did Muay Thai for about 5 to 6 years, and I became really good at it. I felt like not like extremely great. Like I could still get tagged, but like I was good enough to like defend myself. I was like also working on being lefty, so I could fight you left or right, right? I was really pouring a lot of my time into it. And unfortunately I got hurt, right? And I got hurt really bad. I got tagged up, whatever. I won't go into that, but just in general, like I had to make a deciding factor in my career. Like, I'm not getting paid for this. I'm never getting paid for this, right? And then I also am in a client-facing career where I can't go into that kind of environment with a black eye or concussed, right? Taking days off concussed is crazy. So it's pretty crazy. But like, I loved Muay Thai so much. Like, it is the one sport I came into and finally felt like, damn, I'm finding success in this. I never found success in basketball. I'm too short. Never found success in baseball. But fighting, I was winning. Right? So, like, to me, it was just, and it's not about the victory, because sometimes you could lose and still have victories. I could get my ass whooped in every spar, but I learned how to deal with specific things. If somebody's like kneeing you, I learned how to like take a weapon away, right? Like just small things like that. Like I used to like find joy in. If I used to find joy in getting my ass beat sometimes, Paul, like, you know what I mean? But like, I know it's a habit, but just in general, like as crazy as that sounds, letting that go was the hardest thing for me. That's why I'm struggling to find something else.
Yeah.
A new hobby. Because Muay Thai was it for me. I loved my coach. I loved my team. I loved everything. And I had to forcefully let it go. And that to me still doesn't sit right. I try to go back and I can't. Because I don't have the same drive. Mm-hmm. So that's a perfect plot twist, I would say. Those two.
And then to end it off, I'll say from my peak. And I already shared this with you guys before. But to be honest with you, since 2021, I have to say this has been my best year. And I had to be honest, I really hated my 20s. Like, I really just felt like to myself, like, this is like a complete waste of time. I feel like I'm not productive. This is not helping me. But I've really learned how to shape the man that I've become thus far because of it. I've learned discipline this year. And I think that I've actually stuck through with this discipline. You know, I kept saying to myself, like, you know, you're going to do 1 year of drinking. Now I want to extend it another year. Now I'm looking at, you know, starting a podcast. Like, I know, like, sometimes it's like I get so in my head, like, oh, I don't know if I should do a podcast. I don't know if I'm good enough for this and that. But I know there's a gift there. I just need to practice the gift and nurture that gift a little bit more. But I want to continue doing this. Even with just, like, my life, like, what I want to do moving forward. Like, my peak is new goals, as in, like, before I would say I want to move this year, right? And I think when I moved to California, the goals at that time was I'm only moving to run away. And the outcome wasn't to chase my dream, was to chase love. Where this year, moving forward, is I want to move because I want to experience more growth in my life. But what I'm looking for is success. And not success in just money, success in my life. Peace, you know, cultivating relationships with friends or even dating and stuff like that. So, like, my peak really has been just in all that sense of just like becoming the best version of myself that I never really like knew. Because again, people tell me all the time, oh, you're great, you're this and that. You hear it all the time. But it's like, I didn't believe that because I was just so much in so pessimistic modes about it. You know what I mean? So my peak really was just like discipline, really, to just say it all. And then my pit, I did a street interview and I said, when the guy asked me my peak and pit, I said there was no pit. To be honest, I said to him, but if I really think about it before, my pit was really just to sit in silence. Mm-hmm. I think I was draining emotionally. Like, I think to myself, I will say though, I cried probably like over 200 days, honestly, because it was just like, my vice was to drink alone at night. You know what I mean? So before it was just like, I can't escape to that euphoria anymore. I got to sit with the reality of life or the bed that I made, and the choices that I made, and even like the outcome or situations that I'm experiencing right now, you know? So that was very lonely, but I think it was necessary and still needed. I still have a long way to go, obviously, but I really do appreciate just being stuck in that, you know what I mean? Because before I would just like, nah, like I'm good. Like I don't want to experience this ever again, but I'm just learning to just sit in it, and it's going to pass if God gives me another day, which he has, you know? And then for plot twists, that I want to date again. That's been honestly the biggest plot. They know me. So when I say that, it's like really like seriously. Like when I tell you like I really exile dating, because I'm going to be real with everyone, and I'm probably might get hate for this. I really can't stand the gay community when it comes to gay dating. I'm a gay man myself, and I'm not going to really go in depth with why I feel the way I feel about it, but I really can't stand it, especially with just like hookup culture and just other things. But as I lose track about it, I can really go off about that. I just learned that, I don't know, like I learned to buy myself flowers this year, is what I'm saying. I learned to sit in that. I learned to take myself out by myself. I've been out, when I went to karaoke by myself and out to eat more this year than ever, I enjoyed it. But also I realized I do want a friend or a person I can take out with me, you know? Comedy shows, dinners, and experience life. It's not even like in even like a romantic way. It has to be. But I do want to date. I do want to meet people. And I'm glad that I'm now putting myself out there a little bit more. So that was the biggest plot twist, especially this end of the year of 2025. Like putting myself out there and enjoying the comfort of different people, you know? So, you know, yeah. All right, guys. Thank you again for watching another episode of Getting Older Podcast. The first one in 2026. Woo, woo, woo. You know what I'm saying? Brandon, thank you for coming on. I appreciate it, my brother.
No problem.
Steven,
Man.
I appreciate you so much. But I also want to say before I end it, as this year makes 12 years of our friendship, I always say this every year to you guys, that I really do appreciate you guys so much for taking the time out to do this, one, but also taking the time to be patient with me as well. Like you said, being patient with you and stuff like that, and you having the grace. Like I do appreciate you guys so much every single day, because I always say like it's special to me because you guys are my first male friendships that I've really cultivated, and you know, I can say that you guys shaped and changed me in a lot of different ways, you know, and I am thankful for that, you know. So I want to say that I want to continue to bring that into the new year. I can't wait to celebrate your wedding. I can't wait to celebrate your new accomplishments.
Yeah, 26 gonna be up, man.
Yeah, man.
I'm so excited. And B, I'm just excited for you. I'm excited to see your growth and your journey that you're taking this year.
We'll
you
see
know?
what happens.
2026 with a lady. Hopefully, you never know. Never know.
I'm not gonna hold you. The viewers might not know it, but I'm waiting for DJ Dalla to make a comeback.
So
Who?
We'll talk about it after. We're talking about offline.
Alright,
We're talking
DJ
about offline.
Dollar.
we can
DJ
talk about this.
Dollar.
actually, I found out my New Year's resolution. Right. So this year, or 25 was to buy a cologne each month.
Okay.
26 each month, I want to learn a new piano song.
Oh, you're becoming a DJ.
No.
DJ Dollar is a crazy name. We gotta fix that.
DJ Dollar was
We
like
have
from
to-
like when I was like 9
alright,
years, 8 years old.
The fact that he name dropped that and it's not even the name, that's insane.
Anyways, thank you guys again so much for watching. You guys can subscribe and watch us on Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Spotify, and much, much more. Thank you guys so much. I'm excited to take Getting Older to another level this year and keep growing and, you know, talk to you guys. All right. So thanks again, and we'll see you soon.
Peace.
Bye.